My name is Jake Wilson, and this is the story of how I met Marcus Johnson, my best friend, my brother, and one of the most important people in my life. Our friendship began on the first day of college in Chicago, a city buzzing with endless energy, opportunity, and at times, harsh realities. But more than anything, this story is about trust, respect, and breaking down barriers. I grew up in a small, quiet town in Ohio, the kind of place where everyone knew your name and life moved at an easy, predictable pace. I was always a little reserved, uncertain about what the future held. So, when the day came to leave home and step into college life in the big city, I carried both excitement and fear in equal measure. Chicago was different, louder, faster, and far less familiar than the town I left behind. Marcus, on the other hand, was a Chicago native through and through. He grew up on the South Side, a neighborhood known for its tight-knit community, but also its challenges. Yet, despite the hardships around him, Marcus had a quiet confidence and a smile that made anyone feel instantly at ease. He wasn't just another face in the crowd. He was someone who knew exactly who he was and where he was going. Our paths crossed during the first week of college. Inside the campus library, I was awkwardly fumbling through the shelves, searching for a book for my American history class, when Marcus approached and asked if I needed help. That small act of kindness was the spark that began a friendship I never saw coming, one I can no longer imagine my life without. We soon realized we shared more than just the daily stress of college life. We both carried the weight of family expectations, the fear of failure, and the desire to belong somewhere. But what truly made our friendship remarkable was how we learned to look beyond skin color and see each other for who we really were. Helped me see the true meaning of resilience and strength. To really understand and support each other, we had to see beyond where we came from, to the people we were becoming. Marcus came from a family that had weathered hardship. His mother worked 2 jobs to keep food on the table, and his older brother was doing his best to avoid the trouble that seemed to lurk around every corner of their neighborhood. Yet Marcus never allowed those struggles to define him. He carried himself with quiet determination, using education as his way forward, a tool to build not only his future, but to honor the sacrifices of those who raised him. I came from a different world, middle class, comfortable and safe, but I often felt lost in the crowd. My parents had high expectations, constantly reminding me of the potential they believed I had. Still, I often wondered if I could ever live up to those hopes. Marcus helped me see something I'd missed my whole life. That worth isn't measured by grades, money, or success, but by who you are when life tests you. College life was full of long lectures, caffeine-fueled study nights, and the chaos of growing up. But the hardest lessons weren't written in textbooks. They came from the world beyond the classroom. The subtle prejudices Marcus faced, the unspoken assumptions that hung heavy in certain spaces, and the quiet moments where injustice made itself known. One afternoon, Marcus opened up to me about something that hit him hard. He'd applied for an internship at a prestigious company downtown, a dream opportunity he'd worked tirelessly toward. After weeks of waiting, all he received was a rejection letter. No explanation, no feedback, just silence. That night, we sat together and talked it through. I could see the anger and disappointment flickering in his eyes, but beneath it all was a fierce determination. Marcus refused to let that one rejection define him. Instead, he got back up. Together, we polished his resume, practiced interview questions, and searched for new doors to open. Watching him face that moment with such grit changed something in me. It taught me what perseverance truly looks like. Marcus taught me more about resilience and dignity than any class or book ever could. He never let bitterness take hold. Instead, He chose hope, perseverance, and hard work. I was proud to stand beside him, offering whatever support I could, no matter how small. But our friendship wasn't only built on struggle. It thrived in laughter, shared dreams, and the quiet, joyful moments that stitched our lives together. Marcus introduced me to the heart of Chicago. Its jazz clubs, humming late into the night, the soulful food spots tucked between busy streets, and the community events that made the city pulse with life. In return, I brought him to my family's modest apartment in the suburbs, where he was welcomed like one of our own. That summer, we decided to escape the noise of the city and spend a week in a small lake town a few hours away. Those days were some of the best of my life. Mornings spent fishing, afternoons hiking under the sun, and evenings gathered around a campfire, talking about everything from the past to the future. It was freedom, peace, and connection all wrapped into one. As time passed, we both came to understand what real friendship meant. It wasn't just about fun or shared experiences. It was about loyalty, about standing beside each other when life grew heavy, and about breaking down the invisible walls that often divide people. Marcus became family to me, and I did everything I could to be the brother he deserved. Graduation arrived faster than either of us expected. Standing on that stage, caps flying into the air, I felt a deep swell of pride, not just for what we had achieved, but for the journey we had taken together. Marcus was heading to graduate school, and I had a job waiting at a nonprofit. Before we parted ways, we promised that distance would never change what we had built. Our story might not be extraordinary, but it matters. It's a reminder that friendship can cross every boundary, that empathy and respect can open hearts, and that when we stand together, there's little we can't overcome. If there's one thing I hope you take from this, it's that true friendship means seeing beyond what's visible, understanding someone's hopes, fears, and dreams, and choosing to walk beside them through every challenge and every triumph. Marcus changed my life, and I like to think I changed his, because that's what brothers do.